don't want to talk about it. Crappy job.
The people at home want to know about it.
So YouTube says to get the pilot bearing out, shove bread in it. But none of us brought our sandwiches. So we're stuffing something else in it and it's not working. Oh, come on.
More YouTube hacks.
Yep.
This time, let's use grease.
And a lot of it.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris. Move it up. Oh no, it hasn't budged. So you've seen these 5-minute life hacks where the guy shows you the beginning of the project and then there's some things happening and then you see the end of the project where it's clearly not the same project they started with. It's very much like that. Do not try and use bread or grease or anything of the sort to get a pilot bearing out of the crankshaft. It doesn't work. It's just not going to work.
Ghetto advice. Once again. Actually working quite well. Check this out.
Will you look at that?
Yeah. Sometimes I can do some small things. Just obviously don't look at that.
Yeah, no, the
That's the
ghetto ring.
ghetto ring. If it works, it works. So the only thing in this whole entire workshop that we have not ever had is a vice. We've always had to make plans to get stuff done with either making plans to hold it onto the tables, to whatever we can. So now it's me playing around with the adapter plate for the carb. And yes, we've had to become ghetto fabulous again. And now decided to bolt it up to the workshop.
I don't know why everybody's going on about a vice. I don't use a vice. I don't need to use a vice. If they've got a problem, they can bring their own vice. I will give advice.
I think there's probably better ways than using a hammer.
I got you just in time, hey, to not show you using a hammer to install a rear main.
No, I very carefully massaged it in with a hammer.
And used a plank of wood. No plank of wood. Nothing, no press.
I did use this
not even
side.
a mallet.
I did use this side though.
You do know that there's a mallet floating around here. That would have done the same job safer.
So it's been my observation that there's a lot of things floating around here, but find them.
No, they are here. They just...
However it's done.
This is like Andy's room.
Andy's room.
Yeah, when you switch off the lights or leave, then everything moves around on its own.
You're right. This is exactly what it is. So we're making.
We managed to get the pilot bearing out. So we were battling with the pilot bearing. We ended up stuffing. Don't look at. Yeah, it's sitting on some mats. We struggled to get the pilot bearing out of the crank there. Eventually, we had a brilliant trick. So head on over to Instagram to go and see what that trick was. You're not going to believe it. I know it sounds like clickbait.
Are you going to make them wait for Instagram? You're going to make them stop watching the video now?
Well, the Instagram post probably comes out before this video.
Oh, okay. So you saw our clever way of doing it by now.
Well, there we go. Yeah, no, there we go. The man doesn't need a time machine. Don't do crack, kids.
I've got the crack.
You got the crack.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is how we assemble an engine, just off to the side of the bench on the floor. We're classy like that. Okay, sump going on. Right.
So, and I wasn't the guy, but somebody decided that silicon is better than gaskets. So we really hope this doesn't leak and need to come off again, because man, I do not want to be the guy to chisel the sump loose.
It's there to stay. If silicone can keep all the water in my shower and in my bath, why can't it keep all the oil in an engine?
We don't have that size.
Look, it wouldn't be a lemons if it didn't look like all odd-shaped and... something that we just found out of the trash and be like, that'll work.
That's lemons.
Thanks, buddy.
What have we done so far?
One of the lights together.
Okay.
Is the intake manifold on it?
Well, no, I've got the intake manifold because I'm messing around with it now.
So then it's not together, is it?
Well, the exhaust isn't on either, nor is the flywheel.
So I put flywheel on, put clutch and all of that stuff.
Can't put clutch on because I don't have the power brake.
Balls.
Bolts. But we can put the flywheel on. Okay. Let's do that.
You say we've got an exhaust gasket, right?
Well, I mean, I hope so. We've got a gasket set.
That definitely won't be for... Is that exhaust? Or is that intake?
Is it fiber? Is it square? Square is exhaust.
Yeah, that's exhaust.
Well, then let's bolt the exhaust on.
It'll make it a little bit easier to move the motor around if we have something to hang on to.
Yeah.
Ooga-doogas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tight.
The adapter plate is pretty much finally done. Now it's just time to look around and see if anybody else needs a little hand with a couple of bolting up a couple of things. And yeah, we're making some decent headway on this. So yeah, looks like we're going to be getting ready to throw in motor and start having a lot of fun now.
Guess where we are?
Right.
It's back!
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Okay, you go tell her when to switch.
Dirty off my workshop.
Okay, well, I mean, this car isn't heavy, so I think you guys have got this, eh?
Very much.
Wait. Yes, kick those reactions, eh? The real racer stance.
Yeah, go straight because then you're going to have to come that way forward and then go all the way back. So let's...
Well, you know what we could actually do? We could just bounce a bit.
Pretty much.
With Raymond in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Do it.
Bounce.
Bounce.
About that.
Yeah, Raymond, get out.
Yeah, it's not the diff or the bumpers, it's you. Or the spare wheel.
Or that carbon fiber dash, because I mean that thing is so heavy.
That's heavy, hey?
Dude, that weighs a lot, eh?
Let me drag it that side quickly.
Your vape or the car?
Both.
Okay.
Hey, okay, check a beefcake.
Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's about it though, actually. Because if we get too much closer, it's awkward to get my workbench.
Look, it's going to be awkward anyway. And then also working around here is going to be tough.
Yeah, just let it happen.
Just let it happen. Convenient that's exactly where I wanted the car to be when I ran out of oomph.
I was a bit hesitant about getting the car back because I actually started enjoying my space in the workshop. But now that it's back, I'm actually looking at it all the time and actually seeing how much stuff can still be done, what needs to get done, what needs to get changed.
I couldn't care which way. I think that probably the easiest is going to be is if we got these two off and next to each other, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah, but
You know, if you got
okay,
them-
let's try and measure up. Okay, because going from steering box to steering rack while the engine's out.
That's going to be the tricky part. So I mean, ideally we would want to put that in because it's all done then.
Yeah.
But we're missing something here. We don't know what it is. There's a bush or something missing there, and the way it mounts through the firewall, this is different to that rack. So they've obviously changed that bellows that they've got around there on the inside. That bellows is obviously different between the 1300 and this one.
Okay.
So this is not a bolted.
Adjustable. Yeah.
It's not adjustable, and this doesn't bolt it on. We would need to make a plan here. Okay. So according to all the information that we have, the newer model KE70 1300, which came out with the steering rack, arrangement just bolts into place. We've managed to get the sub-assembly with the rack on it, so this was supposed to be a simple job. Having looked at it though, there's a lot missing and a lot of different pieces and angles on this car that we didn't consider.
Guys, we got a 1J.
I like that.
Rev for us.
Hun hun, puppy. Hun hun.
Just go rawr.
Okay, I still need that 14 spanner on the other side.
How are you gonna get it to that? Okay.
Okay, so
Yes, who did such a cut job on the paintwork over there? Someone painted over everything.
painted over everything, eh? All the brake
Well, I was in
lines.
charge of masking that area, so
So
that'd be me.
Who did such a cut job? Actually just bolt up the motor, everything to the subframe and all that, and then just lift up the subframe and everything in place.
Story, bro. Needs more dragons.
You know what? I actually love that. I used it actually at home with Tash. I didn't get the same laugh in. I got hands thrown at me.
So we're replacing the steering box with a steering rack, and we've gotten a lot of it out, but instead of just meshing the two together, we're going to see if we can replace the whole column and see if that is feasible and viable. It's a little bit of a faff. Ray's done some great work with the wiring, and it's all been tucked up in nice places here. So we don't want to necessarily undo that. I mean, the wiring's, yeah, it's amazing. And the green and the red?
That's a lights one that used to go to things like the heater controllers and cigarette lighters, etc.
Okay.
It illuminates it, you know?
Okay, alright, illumination. Alright. So let's...
The ones that are loose, just leave loose for now.
Perfect. Alright, so let's see if we can get this column out and replace the whole column. The nice thing is though, is that being the SE, this has a tilt and adjustable column, which means that those that like driving with the steering wheel on their lap can race like that, and those that need a little more legroom can race like that. We lose that because the column that we're going to is from the 1300. And the 1300 didn't have that adjustment. That was part of the SE package on the T72 1.8 SE. Not the end of the world, it's a convenience feature. I think we replace the rack and we just the whole column, and we see how it sits, and if the position is wrong, then we find a way of jippoing it, because this may just be a very simple enough solution to all our problems, and we're overcomplicating it. Yeah. Okay, let's tackle that. So that is one TE72 adjustable column.
Oh my wordy word.
But now we need to
See, how's he feeling?
try and pull all the switch gear over here off of this and get it onto the old column. Do you want to grab that one there for us, Jay? So this is what we're sitting with in terms of differences. They're not too dissimilar, but it's this area here. This one's got a Guibo coupling that goes on that end over there, and it's a welded plate. This one, of course, got this rack end. Here's, you see the adjustment with that additional universal for the tilt. This section here is rather the same, and this one is, according to this, a little bit shorter. We did need a little more, although it's going to be roughly the same. We did need another inch or two out, of shortening, just for a great driving position, and I think we can do that with this 1300. Let's see if we can transfer this lot to here, and I don't know that we're going to get that right. These bolt patterns are different here.
Yeah, one's.
So
Yeah,
this
that
one,
is massively different.
yeah, that is a very big difference there.
You can read 100 different forum posts. You can watch 300 different YouTube videos, if they even exist, on a certain topic. And until you've actually done it physically yourself, nah, you don't know a thing about it. You've got an idea, but you don't know a thing about it. And that was definitely the case with getting the steering column and the steering rack in.
Feed it through there. Ray, have you got that section there? If you can just grab the front.
I'm the wiring guy.
Yeah, well, now you need to play with my rack.
Yeah, I think we figured out a way to make this stay here, roll there, and we retain this fixed column.
In there, it's in.
Yeah, I mean, let's check that.
Jason hasn't struggled to get something in the hole this badly since 2013. I was alright, buddy, guys.
Okay, we're gonna have to loosen it. I won't be able to get it in.
I love to be able to say I told you so without saying.
Yeah, okay.
So while I was, when the car was still at my house and I was wiring it, the rack actually got delivered there and I had some time to play with that in the column. And I noticed that there's some integral parts that need to stay together. And I did try and convey that as peacefully as possible. But eventually you had to let everybody figure it out themselves and then say, I told you so.